Yeah, my fellow collectors, we have another winner here.
Yeah! 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 Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? What? Yeah! Y'all ready to play some football? Just got let's go! If you want it, you can get it. Let me know.
What's going on, people? April 2000 coming right back at you from the Monster Island Man Cave with another figure review. And today I'm doing the X Plus 30cm Godzilla 2014 from the film Godzilla 2014 from Legendary. And as you can see, I have the gigantic figure right here, as well as the massive box that it came in. But first, let's get into the box before we get into the star of the hour. And as you can see, great artwork on the box. Now, it's kind of different from the normal, typical 30cm boxes, and I am digging that. I like the red silhouette of the figure here, as well as the title here, and the Japanese language title of the film, Godzilla 2014 F Plus Garage Toy. Yes, I am feeling the box. I mean, I really do like the artwork here. I don't know if they're going to start doing that for other future releases, but I hope they do, because this is a really different take on a 30cm box. I really do enjoy it. Very, very big, very, very wide, very, very massive. But yes, I'm digging it. And with your little jargon on the back, and yeah, that's pretty much it with the box. I have the standard. I don't have the red boy with the small mill Muto figure. If I did, it would have the yellow sticker signifying it will be a red boy. I'll have the standard. So let's get into the figure. Here we go right here. Godzilla 2014. 30cm. But then again, it's a little bit bigger than 30cm. He's probably like in the 14 or at least 13 inches range. And I really do enjoy it. X Plus has done a wonderful, amazing job with this figure. Now, let me preface this by saying this, ladies and gentlemen. And I will get into this more when I talk about the figure. When I talk about the movie later on. But I like the design. I don't necessarily love the design as far as the design itself. And before the movie came out last year and afterwards, there was nothing on the market that I wanted to get from a collecting standpoint. Nothing against NECA figures or Sideshow Collectibles or SH Monster Arts. As a matter of fact, SH Monster Arts was probably the one that I was really close to biting the bullet to getting. But I was really holding out that X Plus would actually get around to making a vinyl version of it. And lo and behold, they did. And I'm glad I held out. Like I said, nothing against NECA, SH Monster Arts, and Sideshow. But I think that the X Plus version is the best version of this design. And they really did knock it out of the park with everything they did. From the details, from his skin, which has more like a crocodile-like appearance. Kind of similar to the GMK Godzilla. Because GMK Godzilla had crocodile features too. But this is more rugged, more jagged in a way. And it depicts Godzilla more like a real life animal. Kind of like it was in the film. I really do enjoy the paint job here with a little light brown highlights here on the abdomen here, as well as his toes here. Now, I don't recall Godzilla being that way in the film because we didn't see Godzilla that much in a very highly illuminated environment. The only time we saw him in that type of environment is like maybe towards the tail end and maybe briefly at the bridge scene when Godzilla was attacked and he's trying to block the bridge, I guess, from the kids getting bombarded with the military. But we didn't see him that much in a very a highly illuminated environment. So whether his skin or whether his color was like this in the film, I have to watch it again. It's maybe up for debate. But if X Plus did take a little bit of liberties here and there with the skin and the color, I think they did a great job. It kind of does favor the SH Monster Arts one in a way. I really do dig it. Like I said, from the highlights here on his abdomen, and it does like go up from his underbody all the way from the underbody of his tail, and I really do enjoy that. And you have a little bit of those brown highlights under his feet or whatever, and as well as he wears his toes here, his elephant feet. Wow. You know what? And that's been something that's been kind of like poked fun at with the design too. That Godzilla, he has this imposing his imposing stature, but yet he has this kind of small elephant feet. It kind of makes you wonder how he's able to sustain his body weight with his small feet, but it don't really bother me. Now, could the feet could have been bigger? Yeah, maybe, but you know, this is like a radical change from the Godzilla that we know and love. But I think it's a good change. I really do. Like I said, the feet is kind of up for debate, but that's just one perspective. One's perspective, excuse me. But yes, the skin texture is really the selling point of this figure. X Plus has did a wonderful job with the skin textures. Like every crease, everything about the skin is very sculpted. Is sculpted really well. The tongue, the teeth, his brow here, his eyes. You can't really see the eyes that well because his brow is like hovering down, which gives him more of a meaner look. They did a wonderful job. They did an amazing job with the face, the sculpt. I enjoyed where his arms are coming down here like he's ready to attack. His dorsal plates, very well sculpted. The jaggedness, the ruggedness is there. The effect is there. I like how his tail is going back up and is going back towards his body. As a matter of fact, if you were thinking about it, his tail, as you can see, his tail is actually larger than the figure itself, and that's what I really enjoy about this figure. And I hope the S Plus goes in more in that direction as far as like the tail and the poses. I mean, it gives a break from the norm where Godzilla would have his tail down here and it would go up and then it would come back down again. The fact that it's coming back up again gives the figure more size, more presence. I really do enjoy that. I really do enjoy how his tail is up right here. I mean, on the flip side of that, it will make him a space hog when it comes to shelves. But I really do enjoy this dynamic pose of Godzilla. They really did an amazing, wonderful job. But yeah, this is a really awesome piece. Really is. I highly recommend it. I really do. Whether you get the ripboard and standard, you can't go wrong with this. So yes, they have done a wonderful job. There is really no seams here. And there was one thing that was really kind of troubling fans before this figure got released. There was some pictures of when this figure was painted. They brought out two prototype pictures. The first one was one where it wasn't painted and it had like a giant neck seam here, but it also had like an alternate head here. And it was speculated where the alternate head. Now, mind you, the figure had this head, but the alternate head had more of a roaring type of head, and his head was kind of cocked back a little bit, like it was looking upward. And that was speculated whether that was going to be a ripboard feature, where it would have interchangeable heads. But then when the next picture of the prototype came out, it was fully painted like this, but still had the neck seam. And a lot of people was wondering whether the neck seam would be on the final product. And to me, it didn't really bother me whether it had like a neck seam or not, even though it was big. But they did correct it. There's no articulation here. Nothing moves on this figure whatsoever. Not the arms, nothing like that. Like I said, as far as like seam, there's a little small seam here on his arm and right here on the back of his neck. You can't really see it from the front right here, but like going to the back of his neck right here is really a little small seam. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with this figure. It's absolutely perfect. And one thing I also enjoy is the fact that of the gills here. You probably can't really see because of the camera, but I do like the attention to detail when it comes to the gills, which is basically a nod to the movie. And that's one thing about X Plus. Like when it comes to the old Japanese figures, they have like little holes in their sculpts to depict when the actor would have to look out through them and breathe through them. The detail is not spared here when it comes to the gills here, which is a nod to the movie. Like I said, which gives Godzilla more of a believable type of appearance and credibility on how an animal can both breathe on land and underwater, which is why he has gills here. And so I really do like that. I really do enjoy that they pay that much attention to the details, not only with the Japanese sculpts or Japanese monsters, but as well as the American one here. But yes, really awesome. It's very big. So if you get them, be prepared to have to reserve a lot of space for them. So let's go with size comparison. I'm gonna do one size comparison here. But yet towards the end of the video, I will showcase this Godzilla with other X Plus figures and try to recreate Godzilla classic moments with the design. So I hope y'all enjoy that. So let me go with the size comparison right here for the moment. And how apropos, the Diamond reissue Godzilla 1954, 60 years of history right here, and they are basically the same height. Now, the 2014, because his tail is basically a little bit higher than the figure. That's the only thing that would give the 2014 a little bit edge for its height over the 54. As far as like height wise, where they can see eye to eye, they are basically the same height. So I really do enjoy that. Yeah. So that's your first size comparison. Like I said, you'll see more size comparisons towards the tail end of the video. But before I go, let me wrap up. I'll talk about the movie a little bit. And this is one of the other things that's been very divisive among fans in the Godzilla community. There are fans that like the film. There are fans that love the film. There are fans that on the fence about the film, and there are fans that absolutely despise the film. Personally, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't necessarily love it, but I liked it. And it's not a perfect film by any means, but there are a couple things that, from a personal perspective, that I would that I have a little bit of a gripe with. And the first gripe, and you're probably going to think this is the fact that Godzilla had not much of screen time in the film. Actually, that could be further from the truth. I actually enjoyed that. I am a fan of the less is more thing, kind of like Jaws. And in no way, shape, or form, I'm not comparing this film to Jaws. But think about it. In Jaws, we didn't see that much of the shark. But yet, it still was a great, cool movie. The fact that they limited the shark's exposure, but they built up the suspense to the creature's appearance was really, really good and very, very strategic and very, very creative. They did the same thing with Godzilla, where you didn't see much of Godzilla, but they built up to his appearance, and it really paid off on when you did see him. Because if you see too much of Godzilla or the main attraction in the film, it kind of like sours the effect of when you do see him. So I really think they did a great job going in that direction. And to be honest, this Godzilla film is not the first Godzilla film to have Godzilla on a limited exposure. Like Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. Godzilla wasn't in it that much either. He didn't show up until like almost an hour into the feature. Terra Mechagodzilla. Godzilla didn't show up until like 54 minutes into the feature and ended like 25 minutes later. Or Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991. Once again, Godzilla wasn't in it that much either, but more towards the tail end. And this movie kind of mirrors that, where Godzilla doesn't show up to like the tail end, but yet they throw like a big giant fight scene towards the tail end to make up for his lack of appearance. And I think the 2014 did a great job doing that. My only gripe about the film is the fact that I just kind of wish that Godzilla would have been in it by himself. Because as both the 54 film and the 84 film have proven, there's still a lot of mileage and a lot of great stories can be told of the basic premise of Godzilla versus humanity. And the way they showed the trailers, the movie trailers up until the movie's release, of course we saw brief glimpses of the Mutos in there. So in the trailer, you knew that another giant monster was in the film other than Godzilla. But the way they positioned the trailer made you think that Godzilla was the enemy and Godzilla was going to be the monster to beat. And it was kind of like, in a way, disappointing to me when you saw the film, and Godzilla it's like the lesson between two evils. And like an alpha predator, which I do enjoy. I did enjoy that part of the film, and which is a different direction for the Godzilla character to take. But just some folks just don't like this film, and I think that's where most of the problem lies. But I look at this film from a different set of eyes than what most folks would. I think this film was to serve a role, and the role was to reintroduce the character of Godzilla to a new set of fans, but yet still appease the old school fans that have loved him for so long, especially by maintaining the core values of the original series and whatever, like the radiation theme in the film, and the fact that they had little Easter eggs pertaining to the old films. I really do like that they really did that. But I think the role of this film, like I said, was to bring in some new fans. Because there's some people out there who I'm sure didn't know who and what Godzilla was. So the film was to garner those fans, but yet still please the old school fans. And I think it did a good job. But whether you like the film or love the film or despise the film or not, I think that we can all agree that it opened a whole lot of doors for the genre and for the hobby itself. It brought a lot of awareness, with the figures, with the old movies coming back on Blu-ray, the fact that Toho is going to be making a Godzilla film next year, the fact that this film is going to be getting a sequel in a couple of years. It just brought so many great things for the hobby and for the fandom itself, whether you like the film or not. But far as like the opinions of whether you like the film or not, I'm gonna touch on this just a little bit. Goji Fan 93 had a video about this, so I'm gonna echo his sentiments from that video just a little bit here. I think that because we have such strong opinions when it comes to this film or anything like that, that sometimes we kind of get ahead of ourselves and we kind of tend to bash those who may have a different opinion from ours. And I don't think that's the way to go. I think we should really get back to supporting each other and just value each other's opinions. Because here's the thing, whether you like Godzilla 2014 or not, whether you like it, it's fine. Whether you don't like it, it's fine. But it still does not give us the right to bash, to judge, to attack somebody for having a different opinion from theirs. If you like Godzilla's Revenge, that is fine. If you like Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla or Godzilla Final Wars, and let me just say, I've gone on record by saying that those films, Space Godzilla and Final Wars in particular, are not exactly my favorite films in the franchise. But you know what? If you like it, if that's your favorite film, that is fine. We can still come together and have a mature conversation without being attacked, ridiculed, bullied, or anything like that. And I've been seeing that a lot when it comes to just opinions, whether it involves this film, his design, this figure, or whatever. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with expressing that. And nobody should really feel ashamed to express their opinion, especially when it comes to things like this. We should all just be there for each other. We should all just support each other. We should not attack each other. You know what I'm saying? We should all celebrate the fact that we have different opinions. Because if we've all had the same opinion, it wouldn't be as exciting. It wouldn't be very interesting. You know what I'm saying? So we should just get back to that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, if you like the film, if you don't like the film, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with expressing your opinion about that. We should be able to express our opinions and still have mature conversations. And not be attacked and not say, oh, you don't have taste because you like Godzilla 2014, or there's something wrong with you because you don't like Godzilla Final Wars, or there's something wrong with you because you do like Final Wars. You know what? All that is just that's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's just stupid, and it's wrong to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we should just get back to supporting each other and just enjoy one another and just enjoy the fact on why we are doing this in the first place, because we want to have fun. We want to relive our childhoods. We just want to just have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And we should not get lost in the fact because we're so opinionated. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get back to supporting each other, not bash one another because we have different opinions, and just rejoice in the fact on why we do what we do and why we love what we love and why we're passionate about what we're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? So that's my advice to all my collectors out there and my fellow fans out there, that we really need to get back to that. We really, really do. You know what I mean? Because it's sad, especially on the stuff that I see online. Whether it's online, whether it's on the Facebook groups that I'm a part of. It's just really sad that to this day, we still have petty grievances that just drive wedges, or drive rifts between us. No, we are better than that. We should be better than that, and we should strive to be better than that. All right? So, I'm sorry if I went off on a tangent here, but I just really had to get it off my chest, and I really just wanted to just remind all my fellow collectors out there, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion. Don't be ashamed, and don't let somebody bashing you or judging you dictate whether you be a part of this fandom or not. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy it for what it is, and just be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing wrong with having an opinion. There's nothing wrong with having a different opinion. Okay? But yes, I highly recommend this figure. I really, really do. If you can find one for a good price, it's still out there for a good price. When you get the Rip Boy or the Standard, you can't go wrong with Godzilla 2014. Check out the Facebook groups I'm about to mention. Total Kaiju Union, the Kaiju Brotherhood Sci-Fi Labyrinth, the Godzilla Collectors Facebook group, as well as the X Plus Collectors Facebook group. And check out KaijuAddicts.com for all things X Plus. Once again, that's KaijuAddicts.com. That concludes my review of the X Plus 30cm Godzilla 2014 from the film Godzilla 2014. If you have any questions or anything like that, holler at me down in the comment section or hit me up on Facebook via Mark Calloway, and we go from there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see y'all again on the next figure and movie review. All right? Y'all take it easy.